Hello everybody, Skyrain here, back again. This is part 2 of the 4-part series in the new gear testing for Battlegrounds PvP with my 1800 Rezo. I'll go over the skills really quickly. I already did in the previous video to this one, but I'm going to go over this really fast so we can get into the next video where I was using these. Same thing, slow time, new helmet, new shoulders, barbs of annihilation, the new pants, Hastened Oblivion, disintegrate cooldown reduced by when they hit targets, and that was it. I used those are 3 new pieces I used. Set pieces are still the same as I always use, which is pretty much 4-piece Grace and 2-piece Banquet Eyes. That's it. Anyway, let's get into the next video because I don't want to drag this out for too long. Ready? This time we're on attack. I go over everybody's rezo and secondary stats as fast as I can. It's pretty much on a timer where the battle starts, and I only have so much time to show these. But I try to do it at the beginning of every match just so you can see what we're working with, and then that also gives me an idea of what the enemy has on the other side, depending on if we get any higher rezos. So we got a couple 4Ks in here. That's going to be pretty much a baseline for me to figure out what's on the opposing side. Here I am with my 1800. Alrighty. Back into the fray. We're on attack in this match. Previous video was the first time trying this build. This is now the second match of the day with this build for me. So, and the first time on attack. The first time, the first match was on, was against, it was a whale versus whale fight. And my first time with this build, so it was rough on all accounts. For one, trying to learn how to run with the build, and 2, having to be against 7K Rezo whales at the same time. We were on defense in that matchup, but this one is obviously we are on attack. Trying to keep an eye on the blobs, the red blobs in the minimap, before I push forward. The field of view is definitely a factor as well. It makes you feel like you're moving slower than before, but it's only because you can see more of the ground. Now in this build as well, if opposing wizard puts down an ice crystal, I can't do anything about it, really. I can't beam them back with their own crystal, which is one of the drawbacks. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot I can't do that anymore because it transformed my disintegrate into the AoE field. And again, all I could do is pretty much set it down, and it's a set and forget. It has a wide radius because I increased the radius on the, I showed that in the previous video as well. I have the, I think it's Scour Cut. It increases disintegrate radius. I got caught there. There's nothing else I can do about it there, unfortunately. Melted. But my cheat death from Gladiator kicked in, unfortunately, a little earlier than I would have liked. But it does cover it does cover the entire lane with that radius increase. You could also try the other one instead and have a smaller radius, but with 19% damage on disintegrate. But and this person's already getting upset with how things are going. Yeah, I didn't mean to chase after them, but I did anyway. That was my bad. Back into it again. I'm just laying cover fire, hoping for the best here for most everybody that's on this side. This is this kind of setup is pretty much purely support and nothing but.
Quickly, I require aid.
If I don't have anybody else there with me to help push and do the debuffs, or give the debuffs to the enemy with the armor break, then I'm kind of left to my own. And as squishy as I am, I have to throw it down and keep my distance. However, when we have a lot of everybody else that has to back off too, then yeah. Guys, Crystal again, I can't do anything about that. I healed up, I think, just in time. Yeah, I did. Still got a little bit of poison on me though. Oh yeah, the monk bubbles are huge too. I managed to get one there. A lot of these are going to be off screen with this build too. The monk bubble is also pretty insane right now too. The size of it and what it all does is kind of ridiculous, which I accidentally clicked on that stupid... I don't know how I clicked on it, but I accidentally clicked on the mini-map. I hate when that happens. Again, this is the second match with this build. It's get in, get out. There's the bubble, which is massive. And I get pushed into it here by their kick, which is good on their part, but at the same time, it's just kind of frustrating because it's like, well, and they have like far more gap closing abilities. That's when monks were running roughshod over everybody for a while as well. And then of course when they weren't the flavor of the month anymore, that's when people bandwagoned back to, well, Necros have always been in there. I took the cheap death there on purpose to try to get some kills because we needed to make some headway. The other side pushed through for us though, so I got a couple there in that bit. And I had to. Fortunately, I respawned when the crystal was open. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not getting caught with anything. Did that to have them put down an AoE field on that side on purpose. Went around the other way. And I tried to get as close as I could to the crystal, but to put down my field. And it seems to work somewhat well at times. It does catch them off guard. You really have to watch all AoE fields of the enemy at all times now with this game because the additive effects, the debuffs, will catch you unaware. There we go. Again, this is the second time using this build, second match using this build that I did. And it was on the first time on attack, so it was okay. I somehow got MVP in this one, but I'm gonna go over the opposing team side rezos. 4278 Condor, 4170. This one seemed to be a bit more balanced rezo wise on both sides this time as opposed to the previous matchup. Again, would be on the video before this one. $100. I think I might have skipped one fairly quickly. Yeah. But anyway. So there's that. That was the first attack. Got her down. But okay, so there's that video. I'm going to end this one here as well so I don't go on for too long. And I will roll out the next one here in the third of the 4-part series in this. I think the next one will be a defense with the same build. Yeah, hope to see you then. Thanks for watching again, as always. Do the YouTube things. comment, share, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Really appreciate it. Helps me out, of course. And yeah. Anyway, take care.